everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to try to teach you a few stitches. Now I have no idea even if I'm stitching this properly, but you know what? This is slow stitching and you stitch basically the way you want. So I've been playing around with this. Zoom this in a little bit. And I have no idea what stitch this is, but I'll show you what I've been doing. And I'm going to try to do that straight across here. I also put these clips on here because I don't want this wool or this, I don't know what it is, this fabric, whatever it is, to shift anymore just so it hits the ends. And there is some flexibility with it as well, which is a great thing. So basically, I'm going to show you exactly what I've been doing. I've been kind of going, just taking a little bit of a space. Now, I have arthritis, so you got to bear with me a little bit here until things warm up my hands. And then I've been taking this and making the needle go up here. So I want to buy some of the steamer seam, the light one. I am not 100% sure if this is making it harder or it's the fabric. Some of these fabrics are easy to go through and some aren't. So what I've been doing, and it's kind of a pain, is using my thimble. And again, it could be my arthritis. And this needle I'm using isn't as sharp as it should be, I think. So I have that through, and I also thought, you know what? When I go away, I'm going to take these because then I can just... All right, so let me show you real fast because then I can pull it through. So then I'm taking this thread and I'm putting it behind the needle. And I'm pulling it through. There. I think this is called the blanket stitch. Back here, I don't know what I was doing. It probably is, but I just think it's looser. And yesterday I was exhausted when I was playing around. So then I'll do it again. We'll go in just a little bit over. And then let's move this thread away. One thing I found out, this is a cheaper thread that I got, and it's not the DMC thread. You know, I think, honestly, doing a piece like this, you do want a good quality thread because it's frustrating when you don't have a good quality thread. So again, we're going to take this thread. It's almost like we're knitting. And we're putting it behind here. I never could get the grasp for knitting. I'm dyslexic, so a lot of these take time for me to learn. But, you know, I'm doing it. And it's not looking so bad. These first few, I'm not crazy about, but we'll do it. Let's do another one. We'll go down. Just a little bit over. Push it in. I don't know why this is so hard to go the other. Maybe it's because of the position that I'm doing it. And then I've got some news to tell you guys. And then I use my trusty thimble. So I don't, whoops. If there's an easier thimble, let me know. I had got this in one of my kits. And then I push it through. And it's not as hard as it looks. And make sure the thread is behind the needle, not in front of it. And then I pull through. There. Like I said, I'm going to do that straight across. I'm not going to add beads, guys, until further down, until you guys practice. And I advise you maybe to take a piece of scrap and practice on scrap, just because you don't want to mess up in your good piece and then get yourself all frustrated. So my good news is I just made a purchase for some laces to go in with those French fabrics. Some French antique laces, and some of them I don't know where they're from, but they're from the mid to late 1800s. So these kits are going to be extra special that I'm doing, and that they're going to be limited edition, and I don't know the colors I'm going to have. It's not easy finding this type of fabric. Once I get to a certain point, I will come on and do our next stitch. I wanted to show you guys, I didn't finish the entire row, but I finished a lot of it. And then I ran out of thread. So I want to carry it, I think, down here. And again, it's not the prettiest, but slow stitching doesn't need to be perfect. And I'm just as new at this as you guys. So now I'm going to show you how to end it. Let me zoom this in a little bit so you can see. Move and frame, that would help. So I'm going to pull this through one of the other stitches. And you can grab on to the fabric, but just be careful you don't grab on to the other side. And then you're going to just pull it through, and that'll secure it. And you can go ahead and trim. There. So I'm going to be back in a bit to show you guys another stitch. Guys, I finished to the end. Let me show you. And as you can see, the beginning doesn't look so good at all, but I can cover that. I'm not worried about that. I don't start liking it until I get to about here, when my friend told me you need to pull it tighter. This would have been great, but it's loose. And as we learn, we'll be able to figure things out as we go. So it was horrible. The end, look at this. I had such a little piece left, and I did not want to start with another piece. So I sat there for 15 minutes trying to get that through, had to rethread. And what I'll do is I'll just catch it when I go up on this side. So I think the next thing, let me zoom this out, we're going to work on is probably just the basic X stitch or a chain stitch, which I saw and I really liked. It was a beautiful stitch. So I might do the chain stitch going up here or over here. I haven't decided yet. And I'd like to try to find a deeper, maybe a thread this color or a little bit darker, just to make it pop even more. So I want to show you, if I cover that, look, there are no mistakes. I like the way it looks much better if I cover it. So I'll find something to cover it with. I'm not worried about that. Funny, I was about midway through and I broke the needle. One thing I found is you're going to have to find the needles that you like. I had a needle and it was too dull, and I switched over to a sharper needle that I liked much better. So my friend told me, and I had no idea, that the Asians actually save all their broken needles and they do some type of ceremony, which I thought was kind of cool. I had no idea. So once I think towards the end of their year or their new year, they do some type of broken needle ceremony. So I'll have to look into that further. You guys, I'll be back when I start the next stitch. Our next stitch we're going to be working on is a chain stitch. Let me bring that camera down so you can see. Oh, let's see if I can even do it more. There we go. So you can see, so you can see the chain right here. So basically, you're going to take your needle, and this is what I love about this, is it's just so relaxing. Learning the stitches probably is the most difficult part, but after you get a few stitches down, you're golden. So you're going to put your needle in, and you're going to feel how wide or long, actually, you want that stitch, the chain to be. And you want to push that through. For me, this is the hardest part, like I had said before, because I do have arthritis. So I did grab my little jewelry pliers, and I'll be doing that. So as you pull this, you want to take this thread, your excess thread, and you know, it reminds me of knitting. You want to remember that you put this on top, so your needle is going to go through the loop that you have created. I tend to make my threads a lot longer because I hate starting over. So watch this. And you've got your chain. Let's do one more together, and then I'll come back when I'm done. So we're going to figure out where we want our chain to be. Let's make it right about there. And there are no mistakes. We're all new at this and learning together. And, you know, I don't show perfection because I'm not perfect. And I make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. So we're going to wrap this around so your needle is actually inside this loop, the loop that you have here. Let me pull this out so you can see the loop that I'm talking about. This is the loop, your excess thread. And you're going to take it and you're just going to pull it through. Just like that. And we could add beads, but I'm going to wait until we do a little more of these stitches. So we're going to go in again. And we're going to find where we want that loop. And we're going to push. There it is. And we're going to take it, find that loop again, and pull it through. This stitch is a little easier for me than that blanket stitch. I had a lot of trouble with that. I think being dyslexic, it took me a little bit to figure it out. Now I'm wavering off a little bit over here, so I'm going to go ahead and back my stitch a little bit, just so it looks like it's going back in the direction it's supposed to be. So I'll take it there, and I'll wiggle it through. There it is. I'm going to take my thread, take that loop, and put that loop through. I am not going to give you guys too many stitches today. I'm just going to do these 2 stitches for you, and I'll create another video maybe tomorrow with some more stitches. And there's that chain stitch completed. It could have been a little tighter, but I can always go back and just kind of pull up on the loops and pull them to be tighter. So guys, that's today's lesson. We have the blanket stitch, and this is the chain stitch. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with 2 more stitches for you. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.